you're doing well today. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing this Magic the Gathering Tarkir Dragonstorm bundle. So I pre-ordered this in March, and it just came a few days late after release day, which was April 11th. So I'm only just now getting to open this. This is one of the sets I've been looking forward to the most. I was pretty disappointed by the last set, Aether Drift, so this should be a nice welcome change from that. You can hear the dice rolling around in there. The die, I think it's just one. Alright, let's get it open. Trying not to be too loud with it, because these tear-off seals can be pretty loud. It's tearing the paper too. Here we have what looks like a knight about to spear a dragon's throat. It's just showing the other. Enter the eye of the Dragonstorm. Discover the most popular party-ready Magic format. Multiplayer mayhem awaits with the commander decks. Play boosters, expand your ways to play with new cards and eye-catching alternate styles. And collector boosters, enhance your collection with the flashiest looks and coolest cards in Tarkir Dragonstorm. And then we have this beautiful artwork of 3 dragons. And on the front, there are 2 dragons fighting. Looks like this one is conducting electricity, and this one is igniting fire. The die is a very nice, icy, metallic. My nails are kind of like dragon scales. Oh, look. dragon on there. It's not really focusing. You can see that, right? Put that up there. We've got our 2 land card packs. I always like to open up one of them. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 play booster packs. Why is there a creature in there? I've never seen that. Is that normal? I don't know if that's normal. I've never gotten. I feel like I've never gotten a creature card in the land card pack. Oh, and fair warning, I'm going to mispronounce half of these at least. So Teamer Battle Crier was somehow in our land card pack. Creature or Granger. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with a power 4 or greater. When called to the land's defense, all come to protect their shared home. It's why many of the Teamer use family and herd interchangeably. Very interesting. Okay, we have our plains card. So you can see the shadow of a dragon flying overhead and a man standing over here looking over the sandy valley, the dunes. An island card, which also has the shadow of a dragon. This kind of looks like there's a place in the country Turkey. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but this looks very similar to it. I wonder if that's where they drew inspiration. Ooh, I really like this one. Swampland card, and of course the dragon shadow. Looks like there's a sunken boat. Somebody didn't make it. Somebody didn't make it out of the swamp. Then the mountain, which looks like there's a 2-headed dragon flying overhead. Forest. Wing, head, tail. Okay, it looks like these ones are just going to be the regular land cards. These were the full art ones. They all had the dragon shadow. Look, a tiny little dragon flying back there. Alright. Let's get to play boosters. Alright, first pack. Starting off with Salt Road Pack Beast. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control. When this creature enters, draw a card. She huffs like she's Queen Hellkite of the Scour, but we've been together for many journeys and she's never let me down. Mandak, Mardu Scout. Wild Ride. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Harmonize. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power. Then exile this spell. Kin Tree Nurturer. When this creature enters, it endures 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on it, or create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. Thank the ancestors. A few more weeks, and we would have discovered nothing but dead wood and lost kin. Sarkhan's Resolve. Or is it Sarkhan? Sarkhan's Resolve. Choose 1. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Or destroy target creature with flying. With Taigam whispering encouragement in his ear, Sarkhan threw aside his misgivings. The ritual would return him to his former glory. All he needed was a dragon's heart. Ringing Strike Mastery. My camera isn't wanting to focus, but I quite like the art of this card. I like the coloration of the dragon. When this aura enters, tap Enchanted Creature. Enchanted Creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Enchanted Creature has 5. Untap this creature. Poised Practitioner. Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom. Excellent form, John. Just keep your weight on the back foot and you'll master this in no time. Narset. That's absolutely gorgeous. The wisps of smoke going up from the fan. I forget what this kind of fan is called. Summit Intimidator. When this creature enters, target creature can't block this turn. If you see a Yeti of Kadat, then it has surely already seen you, and if you are within sight, you are within range. Nitula Tamer Hunter. Whirlwing Stormbrood. on Sorcery Omen. Put 3+1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Then shuffle this card into its owner's library. Flash. Flying. You may cast sorcery spells and dragon spells as though they had flash. Mardu Monument. Artifact. When this artifact enters, search your library for a basic mountain, plains, or swamp card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Sacrifice this artifact. Create 3/1/1 red warrior creature tokens. They gain menace and haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. A creature with menace can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Attuned Hunter. Looks like he's got armored bears. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Sakran is no mere bear. She is friend, family, and confidant, and more intelligent than some of my blood relatives. I really like the look of this card. Roost Seek. Sorcery Omen. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. Marang River Regent. Coil and Catch. Instant Omen. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Then shuffle this card into its owner's library. When this creature enters, return up to 2 other target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Enoch Wayfarer. Dog Scout. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. There has to be a faster route through Sago Jungle. Give me a week. I really like all the glowing green in the background. And Dismal Backwater. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. I ask only that the winds return you to me as swiftly as they bear you and the storm crane away. Samthar, Sultai Merchant, to Jiling, Yeskai Monk. And then here we have our token card. And it's copy. This token can be used to represent a copy of something else. On the back, token creature monk. Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Alright. So that's the first pack. What will we get in pack number 2? Alright, we have a Salt Road Pack Beast. Narset's Rebuke. Narset's Rebuke deals 5 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. With a swift motion, Narset strokes Sarkhan down. She would not let his fevered dreams of draconic dominance come to fruition, not after all she had done to free Tarkir. Then we have the Kintree Nurturer again. Champion of Dusan. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter and a trample counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Dusan boxing matches allow contestants no weapons, no allies, and no excuses. Then we have Ringing Strike Mastery again. Boulder-born Dragon. Whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. The draconic power that flowed out from the Dragonstorms imbued the landscape with draconic features, scales, claws, and appetites. Rebellious Strike. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card. Even if you battle unseen, even if there is no one to witness your sacrifice, strike. Strike true. Strike from the heart. Let that be your legacy. Shiko. Zergo's Vanguard. And that looks like a giant spider. This creature's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Purging Stormbrood. Absorb Essence. Instant Omen. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink and hexproof until end of turn. Then shuffle this card into its owner's library. Ward, pay 2 life. Flying. When this creature enters, remove all counters from up to 1 target creature. Dragon Sniper. Vigilance, Reach, Death Touch. During Dermoka's reign, Quatros' cursed city was a haven for the Abzan rebellion. Its current residents have not lost their proficiency against their former foe. Mystic Monastery. Through sun and storm, across steppe and swamp, Storm Crane Monastery flies wherever aid is needed. Mardu Siegebreaker. When this creature enters, exile up to 1 other target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. Whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent, create a tapped token that's a copy of the exiled card attacking that opponent. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice those tokens. Sand Skitter Outrider. When this creature enters, it endures 2. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it, or create a 2/2 White Spirit creature token. There's a new sinkhole, 7 leagues east. I'll take Scratchy. Very disorderly with my stacks here. Bloodfell Caves. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. These caves hide beasts above and below their waters. For safe passage, the Sultai agree a small cargo trade is fair for risking our necks. Some more Mardu Border Guard. And our token creature is Warrior. And Goblin. Very cool. Next pack. Okay, we have Jeskai Devotee. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. A master of the Whirling Blade technique, he did not hesitate to leap to the monastery's defense. Dragon's Prey. We have a man running with a big dragon foot, dragon paw, dragon claw, whatever you call it, coming down on him. This spell costs 2 more to cast if it targets a dragon. Destroy target creature. To escape Tival's justice, one must have a better plan than run away. Kotis, the Fangkeeper. Roamer's Routine. Look at that beautiful background. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Humbling Elder. When this creature enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -2, -0 until end of turn. There is no better way to measure a person's true character than to let them think they're above you. Master Xian. Fortress Kinguard, another dog soldier. That one's really cool looking. When this creature enters, it endures 1. All through the night, the ancestor whispered of ancient battles fought from this very rampart atop Harashan City. Aggressive Negotiations. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. When an alliance outlasts its usefulness, it's best to end it quickly. Hang, Sultai Ambassador. Jade, Cast Sentinel. Ape Snake. Put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Set in motion by artificers long forgotten, it remained loyal through the ages to the occupants of Karu City. Corroding Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Surveil 2. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, then put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest on top of your library in any order. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Rite of Renewal. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their graveyard into their library. Exile Rite of Renewal. The greatest honor a Sultai can receive is to be returned to the realm of the living. Bone Cairn Butcher. Mobilize 2. Whenever this creature attacks, create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end steps. Attacking tokens you control have Death Touch. In power and hunger and cruelty, insatiable. Static Snare. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. When this enchantment enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Lycid Prowler. When this creature enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control. Exile this card from your graveyard, put X+1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. Activate only as a sorcery. 100 Battle Veteran. Zombie Warrior. As long as there are 3 or more different kinds of counters among creatures you control, this creature gets +2/+4. You may cast this card from your graveyard. If you do, it enters with a finality counter on it. If a creature with a finality counter on it would die, exile it instead. She is eager to start a new winning streak. Another Dismal Backwater. And our token creature is Reliquary Dragon. This token is all colors. Flying, lifelink. When this token enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. I love the look of it. The light. When the light hits it, it's like an opalescent rainbow color. That's so pretty. It's so gorgeous. I love that. And we have another one in the back. Very cool. Right, next pack. Okay, Unending Whisper. Look at the art on this one. I love the color scheme. I don't know why the camera's not focusing on anything today. Draw a card. Harmonize. In the endless song, Timur's whisperers hear spirits murmur of the past, present, and future. Osseous Exhale. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may behold a dragon. You may choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon card from your hand. Osseous Exhale deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If a dragon was beheld, you gain 2 life. That's a nice one. I like this one too. I really like the art on all of these, honestly. Shock Brigade, Goblin Soldier. Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Mobilize 1. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. From Alicia to Zergo, all Mardukans started right here at the front lines. Feral Death Gorger. Look at the way its body's twisting. Sorcery Omen. Flying Death Touch. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Trade Route Envoy. Dog Soldier. When this creature enters, draw a card if you control a creature with a counter on it. If you don't draw a card this way, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. The Absent pride themselves on the safety of their roads. To reject their escorts invites storm and sorrow. Dragonstorm Globe. If you look, it looks like there's a curled up dragon inside of it. Each dragon you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Add 1 mana of any color. Jeskai scholars fashioned devices to forecast the behavior of the Dragonstorm. Gurmag Nightwatch. When this creature enters, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards back on top of your library. Put the rest into your graveyard. The fishers were probably exaggerating the size of the crocodile they spotted, but maybe they weren't. Let's check it out. Gurmag Rakshasa. Menace. When this creature enters, target creature and opponent control gets -2/-2 until end of turn, and target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It's a pity to hoard life essence in a form so weak. Give it to me. And another Zergos Vanguard. Another Whirlwing Stormbrood. Another Mardu Monument. Quarry Mountain Monastery. This land enters tapped unless you control a plains or an island. Every spire is a physical dedication to the way. It's nice architecture. The red blossom trees. Or those leaves, I don't know. Krumar Initiate. Pay X life. This creature endures X. Activate only as a sorcerer. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, or create an XX white spirit creature token. Welcome, the spirits of House Emish whispered to Kemal. Kemal, welcome, newest sprout of our kin tree. Rugged Highlands. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. We may fight the Temur when territory demands it, but we've no desire to profane their sacred places. Taklai, Mardu Convoy. And token creature elephant. And that is a very badass looking elephant. And on the back, token artifact treasure. Sacrifice this token, add 1 mana of any color. I really like the token cards in this one. Alright, next pack. Adorned Crocodile. When this creature dies, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Eat you? Of course you won't. Ferris got better taste than that. Visk, Karsi Palace Caretaker. Sultai Devotee. Zombie Snake Druid. It has Death Touch. Many Sultai villages are protected by Naga who weave magics to bless or curse as needed. Ice Ridge Serpent. When this creature enters, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Even dragons avoid Glint Glaze Lake in this season. Which of you youngsters can tell me why? Teacher Eliam. Salt Road Path Beast. Narset's Rebuke. Boulderborn Dragon. Rebellious Strike. Corroding Dragonstorm. Mammoth Bellow. Create a 5/5 green elephant creature token. Harmonize. Rite of Renewal. Fleeting Effigy. At the beginning of your end step, return this creature to its owner's hand. Return it only if it's on the battlefield. This creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. The Brushfires of Quarry Mountain take on a life all of their own. Ambling Storm Shell. Whenever this creature attacks, put 3 stun counters on it and draw 3 cards. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove one from it instead. Whenever you cast a turtle spell, untap this creature. Another Shock Brigade. And Swamp Basic Land card. Token Creature Bird. With the monk on the back. Alright, next pack. Sarkon's Resolve. Agent of Codis. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2/1/1 counters on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. I trust Narset. I do not trust those she keeps counsel with. Codis the Fangkeeper. Dragonback Lancer. Mobilize 1. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end steps. The Mardu's standing army needs not always stand on the ground. Jeskai Devotee. Dragon's Prey. Desayat Earthcarver. Elephant Druid. When this creature enters, it endures 3. Created by a sudden sinking, Desayat Forest attracts Earth Carvers eager to explore its mysteries and test their magic. Summit Intimidator. Kishla Trawlers. When this creature enters, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. When you do, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Fish are like any other crop or flock. They must be carefully tended and never over-harvested. Nasath Kishla Fisher. Hardened Tactician. Sacrifice a token, draw a card. Life is full of tough calls. We honor the dead today to make better decisions tomorrow. Aruna, Mardu Lieutenant. Iridescent Tiger. When this creature enters, if you cast it, add any of these. The power of the Dragonstorms transformed not only the land, but many of the creatures within it. Lion Weight. Look at those teeth. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Lion Weight deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature. Some paths through Gurmag Swamp are deserted for good reason. I'd say so. Blessed Prowler. When this creature enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control. Renew 1. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. Activate only as a sorcery. Tersa Light Shatter. When Tersa Light Shatterer enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Whenever Tersa Light Shatter attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, exile a card at random from your graveyard. You may play that card this turn. Blossoming Sands. This land enters tapped, and when it enters, you gain 1 life. It's rare to see Timurs so far from their own lands. I see no reason to interfere, but keep an eye on them nonetheless. Hamza of House Fenzala. And a token creature is Spirit. It's an elephant man. I love the variety with the token cards. In the last bundle, the Aether Drift one, which I wasn't a big fan of that set in general, but I just kept getting repeats on the token cards, so I'm glad I actually got variety this time. We're starting to run into a lot of duplicates. Arashan Sunshield. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. Tap target creature. The best way to protect the citizens is to defend Arashan, not hunt Dragonstorms across Tarkir. Sadesh of House Mavak. Molten Exhale. Poor bird is getting cooked. You may cast this spell as though it had flash if you behold the dragon as an additional cost to cast it. Molten Exhale deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Worthy Cost. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Victory is survival, is the tenet that guides us. My love, know that I will always ensure your survival. Devere Mardu Warrior, final letter. Sagu Pummeler. I love the collars on that one. Like talking to a Grokmal, Tarkir expression meaning a failure of diplomacy. Oh, I get it. Another Unending Whisper. Osseous or Osseous Exhale. Gurmagnite Watch. Bone Cairn Butcher. Static Snare. Urani's Rebuff. Return target creature to its owner's hand. That's Harmonize. You say you come in peace. That you come here at all is an act of war. Corroding Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Surveil 2. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. I think I already got this just with the basic card. But I really like the art on this one. Nature's Rhythm. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its harmonized cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by an amount of generic mana equal to its power. Then exile this spell. And another Dragon's Prey. Thornwood Falls. This land enters tapped, and when it enters you gain 1 life. By morning, the only evidence of conflict between Temur hunters, or Temur, I'm not sure how to say that, and Sultai scouts were abandoned banners in the freshly fallen snow. And we got another copy token. Alright, 2 packs left. Delta Bloodflies. Whenever this creature attacks, if you control a creature with a counter on it, each opponent loses 1 life. With the rising waters, bloodflies were found far from their usual swamp. Einak Wayfarer. Riverwalk Technique. There's a blue dragon here, and it looks like he just swatted at him, but he dodged real quick. Choose 1. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library. Counter target non-creature spell. Since the re-establishment of Highspire Monastery, its favored fighting styles have also resurged in popularity. Coordinated Maneuver. Choose 1. Coordinated Maneuver deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target enchantment. We follow the Dragonstorms and we take down any threats that emerge from them. Zergo, Khan of the Mardu. Another Wild Ride. Unburied Earthcarver. Sacrifice another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Unless you actually see my spirit join the kin tree, never assume me so unprofessional as to die on the job. As Skull of House Senor. Reputable Merchant. When this creature enters or dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Dried durian from the Morang River Valley. Candied cherries from the slopes of Kori. Genuine dragon scale cookware. Jeskai Shrine Keeper. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Like clouds and snow, Jeskai dragons prefer to drift among the monastery's highest spires. Storm Beacon Blade. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. Equip. Attached to target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. Sky and Ember, guide my blade. Stalwart Successor. Menace. And whenever 1 or more counters are put on a creature you control, if it's the first time counters have been put on that creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Kishla Trawlers. Stillness in Motion. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill 3 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment and put 5 cards from your graveyard on top of your library in any order. The Meditation Realm is a willful puzzle. Seek and it will impede. Wait and it will permit passage. Mardu Devotee. got that one, I believe. As Skeg and his companions stood watch, the sights of the steppe a constant inspiration. Maybe not. Jungle Hollow. This land enters tapped, and when it enters you gain 1 life. Long-standing disagreements between the Sultai and Abzan about how to honor their dead have led to rare but fierce skirmishes. And a zombie druid is the token creature. That's gorgeous. I just love that. That might be my favorite one yet. And treasure is the artifact on the back. I think this is my favorite one yet. Alright, final pack. Let's see what we got. Champion of Dusan, Ringing Strike Mastery, Poised Practitioner, Fire Rimform, Enchant Creature and Flash. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0. Alicia's Legacy. Target creature you control gains Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. Damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy it. If I die today, I will ensure my death is worthy of legend. Lightfoot Technique. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains flying and indestructible until end of turn. Jeskai monks, spreading the way in Absent territories, develop swift reflexes or find their travels abruptly cut short. Another Dragonstorm globe. Knockout maneuver. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent control. An exceptional bout during the Zenith celebration will be noted by Timur elders and result in recruitment for higher ranks. Salt Road Skirmish. Destroy target creature, create 2/1/1 Red Warrior creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Daria's first mistake was thinking they could short the Mardu trader on a deal. Their last was not considering the trader would bring back up. Auroral Procession. Wow, look at that. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. The Timurs celebrate the end of the unbroken night with stories, dances, and feasts. They gather to witness the first light of dawn as the land sings in harmony. Narset, Jeskai Waymaster. At the beginning of your end step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn. Each step we take is a decision that changes the course of our futures. We must be careful where we tread. Dragonback Assault. When this enchantment enters, it deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Dragon Brood's Relic. That's a beautiful card. The coloration. Tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. Sacrifice this artifact, create a 4/4 dragon creature token named Reliquary Dragon that's all colors. It has flying, lifelink, and when this token enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. Activate only as a sorcery. Yeah, that's the reliquary dragon. The colorful one we talked about earlier. Wind Scarred Crag. This land enters tapped. When it enters, you gain 1 life. The Mardu are centered in the present. The just sky look to the future, but both know when the time for talking is past. And here's our final. Alright, that was the last pack, so. And what a beautiful set. It's everything I hoped it would be. And I will definitely be opening more packs. Maybe not here, but I'll definitely be opening more packs of this one. And even the token cards are just absolutely gorgeous. I love the variety I got this time around. Put the 2 copies next to each other. I think that was the only dupe I got. That was the only dupe token card I got. Very happy with that. And of course I'll go through later and actually properly sort them, but I just don't have the time and space to sort them how I prefer to while filming. Just put these back in here for now. Alright, that is it for today's video. Again, this is an awesome set. I'm glad I was able to open some packs. Anyway, thank you for watching, as always. I hope that you'll join me for the next video. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.